Well, dignitaries from around the world have honoured the former Israeli President Shimon Peres at his funeral in West Jerusalem. He's been buried at Mount Herzl cemetery. The Nobel Peace Prize winner died on Wednesday at the age of 93 after suffering a stroke. Well, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu shared his condolences, saying he is finding hope in Shimon Peres' legacy.
He was a great man of Israel. He was a great man of the world. Israel grieves for him. The world grieves for him. But we find hope in his legacy, as does the world.
Well, before the funeral, Netanyahu shook hands with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. They haven't spoken face-to-face since peace negotiations failed in 2010. Well, the President of the United States, Barack Obama, said Abbas's presence at the ceremony was a reminder of the unfinished business of peace. And in his eulogy for Peres, he went on to praise Shimon's moral vision.
This is the story of the Jewish people over the last century. And it was made possible by a founding generation that counts Shimon as one of its own. Shimon once said, "The message of the Jewish people to mankind is that faith and moral vision can triumph over all adversity." For Shimon, that moral vision was rooted in an honest reckoning of the world as it is. Born in the shtetl, he said he felt surrounded by a sea of thick and threatening forests.
Well, Hamas, the political party who govern the Gaza Strip, strongly criticized the Palestinian president's presence at the funeral.
Hamas condemns Mahmoud Abbas for attending the funeral of the criminal Shimon Peres and consider it a disregard for the blood of the martyrs and the suffering of the Palestinian people. It is a cover for and an encouragement of a normalization of the Israeli occupation.
Well, Nicole Johnston has been following events this morning and sends us this from East Jerusalem.
Leaders and dignitaries from around the world are in West Jerusalem for the funeral of Shimon Peres. There's been a heavy security presence in the city, 8,000 police out on the streets, and many roads have been blocked. Some of the main speakers who gave eulogies at the funeral include current US President Barack Obama and former President Bill Clinton. Jordan and Egypt sent representatives to the funeral, and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas also attended his first visit to Jerusalem in 6 years. Interesting to note, though, that no Arab members of the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, attended. They released a statement saying that the legacy of Shimon Peres is a complex one, that after the 90s he pursued peace through the 1993 Oslo Peace Accords, but before that time, pre-1990, he was focused on the Israeli occupation of Palestinian land in the West Bank and Gaza and the continued expansion of Israeli settlements.